Welcome to another episode on our channel. For some time now, I've been wanting to do another customized figure, so I finally had some time to work on something. So we'll pause and I'll introduce you to the figure that I created just the other day. Welcome back, and here is my customized figure. For some time I've been wanting to do a Zulu-inspired Warrior King Warrior, and I thought, well, let me start with a head that I think would represent strength, and I went ahead and I got a Mike Tyson head sculpt that had some tattooing on the side of his face. I know that might not be accurate, but I'm taking a lot of artistic freedoms when I make figures, and I thought that would just look cool on a figure like this. So I got that head. I had this body lying around forever. It's not posable at all, except moving the legs a little bit here and there. It was Caucasian originally, and I waited until I got the head sculpt so I could kind of mix up some paint and paint it to be uniform. And I managed to leg out and have a pretty good color combination going on here with the body. A lot of this is made out of felt. So the headdress, the underskirt, and the wristband things are made out of felt. So is the top part of the faux fur that is used here. And there's a little faux fur down here around his ankles as well. The belt started off as kind of like a necklace. So you had round pieces that you would put string through to make a necklace, basically chop these in half. Because I didn't really want the belt to really look fat. So if I could cut it in half and then just somehow connect the pieces and make them into a belt, I would have that ebony and ivory thing going on. And I wanted to replicate that throughout his outfit. So we've got some ivory going on here with the faux fur up here, faux fur up here, part of the headdress. And then we've got some ebony lining with the felt up here, the felt here, here at the top part of the faux fur and the top part of the ankle fur. I don't know what else to call it. This other skirt that is around the felt that is black, I had lying around, and it actually had 6 of these, 2 in the front, 2 in the hips, and 2 in the back. I took the 2 belt emblems and what looks like necklace pieces. I took those 2 off from the back, used 1 emblem and made one necklace out of it so he could wear that on his chest. And I think it came out rather well. The headdress, with that, I just took some felt. I kind of folded it over a touch like this and super glued it in place, cut it at a certain point, and then just started cutting strips down it, little strips, bit by bit. So if you put it up like that, it's one piece. It started off as one piece, but the neat thing about this felt is you can really just fluff it out like that, and I think it looks rather cool, actually. And I put black, like I said, black felt around that to give it a little more highlight. Did the same thing with the wrists, shorter pieces, of course. And this thing is just a piece of faux fur that has a little, half circle cut out of it. So it just kind of goes in there like that. Very nice. So anyway, this is my Zulu-inspired Warrior King using a Mike Tyson head. And everything else, what can I say? Everything else I had lying around or got exceptionally, what does this cost? 49 cents for a piece of felt. It's basically it. So everything else was either lying around, and I ended up, cutting pieces to fit. This outer skirt I had for a long time. Didn't know what I was going to do with it, but figured it would look nice on this figure, and I think it does. So we'll pause now and get them on a turn tray so you can see them from all sides, and then we'll get some close-ups from here on up, and then a close-up of his face. So we are back, and we're just kind of going to go around slowly so you can see them from different angles. The headdress was very surprising how nicely it just kind of spreads apart, and you can shape it any way you want to. This probably needs to come in just a touch closer. Actually, I have to cut that little C-section a little bit longer so I can get more of this over the front. But you can see where the belt pieces end. There were two other similar pieces like this in the back. I took those two pieces off, used the necklace part to make one long necklace, and used only one emblem to put on his front there. So that worked out very well. So this is faux fur. I just have some black felt at the top, black felt over some additional faux fur. And it is open in the back, but if you look at some old pictures, you'll see that the fur is in the front, but it doesn't seem to be in the back. Of course, my strings there aren't the greatest, but it holds it together. That's the most important thing. The wrists are the same felt as up here in the black felt, again, to mirror that look up there, which is mirrored in two other places here. So, yeah, it turned out well. So we'll pause now and get it set up for some closer close-ups. So we'll pause now and get some close-ups from here on up, and then directly of his face. So here's a tighter close-up of this customized figure. I think you can see quite a few more details now. You can see the ebony and ivory here going on, and the replication throughout the figure that I was going for. I just happened to have enough, just barely enough faux fur to cover the front parts of the legs and something to go over his shoulders. So I think he turned out quite well. So here's a nice close-up of Mike Tyson's face. It does definitely look like him from my perspective, especially if you were to take the headdress off his head. But I'm not going to do that. I want to keep him in character as a Zulu-inspired Warrior King. You can see a little cracking in the paint in some places. It's hard for things not to crack, even though if you're exceptionally careful with the body, it is a soft body, and painting a soft body is not the way to go. But it's a body I had laying around and had no other use for, and it was very muscular, and I thought it was very fitting for this custom figure. So I can always touch up the cracks here and there when they do come about. Here's one last look at our Zulu-inspired Warrior King. I think I had the most fun doing this customized figure because I was making a lot of the things that you see on him. And I think this is probably one of the customs that I've done the most with in terms of literally creating some items for the figure to wear. I do want to add a shield and a spear to it. And once I get that done, I will show him to you again down the road. So I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.